Some experiences stay with you, not because they are loud or dramatic, but because they don't fully make sense. In this episode, I'm joined by an artist and a dungeon master whose work lives in imagination but whose experiences goes far beyond it. We'll talk about moments that blur the line between story and reality, experiences that are real but interpreted differently depending on who we ask. Are they psychological, cultural, or something that we don't yet have language for? This is a conversation about living in that space, between story, between what we see, and what is the reality of it. Hi, it's very nice to have you at this podcast. We'll go into your experiences, but if you could introduce yourself and your work, because you are a great artist and I want people to know.
Yeah, my name is Rafflar, nickname from college, Rafflar the Wanderer, mostly because I wander a lot to do my paintings. I paint outdoor landscapes, but that came about in college when my art teacher told me to go paint from life so that my fantasy illustrations could have some more realism and become more believable. So I've always had a fascination with fantasy, mythology, all that kind of stuff, and a deep dive into studying history and all sorts of really cool subject matter, and I've always gravitated towards the magical side of the world.
Yeah, I think there is a little bit of magic in everything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and then for something like world building, like you do for Dungeons and Dragons, it makes a lot of sense that you will actually incorporate the reality into the myth,
Yeah.
right, if you will.
Yeah, like when I first started playing role-playing games, they had they would obviously tap into mythology, the Greek myths, Norse myths, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes they would introduce other cultures, and then you go, "Oh, this is interesting." Like you start deep diving, like Indian mythology, Assyrian, Babylonian, African. Like there's just so much stuff to tap into for story ideas. And then when you're doing that, you thought, I want to learn more, because truth, or perceived truth, or religious truths and all that kind of stuff, it seems to be more interesting than fiction. So then you deep dive, and then you get all these ideas and stuff, and then you learn accidentally through gaming.
Yeah, exactly. And this is something that I have always wanted to dive into, about what reality truly is and what is based off of interpretation. Like just because you don't know how to interpret it doesn't make it any less real, right?
Right.
So that's a perfect segue into some of your experiences that you would like to share.
Yeah, so I've always had some sort of gravitation towards the other side, I guess you can say, from being a small child and as an adult. I don't remember a lot when I was younger. I come from a very religious family. We don't really talk about that. Spirits and ghosts were typically negative.
Yeah.
Right? So from my upbringing, so if you talk about, no, that's, you can't talk about that. It's like, okay, but we have the Holy Ghost and stuff. So like, but that's different. So I never really talked about it with my family. So when things come up, that's fine. But now that I've gravitated my circle to people who do believe and do experience, definitely have had a lot. One of my favorite experiences was when I first moved out on my own.
Yeah.
I was living in an old house with a group of guys. They're all factory workers. They all worked in the same factory, doing the same shift, and they just needed an extra roommate to pay for the rent. So I rented out a room, lived with them for a while, and they told me, yeah, the place is haunted. The guy who owned the place originally died upstairs. And I'm thinking, okay, they're just pulling my leg, they're just, initiation of the new kid. I get it, that's fine. Because nothing ever happened. He still got the mail, because he apparently passed away like 2 months before.
Right.
Right.
Oh, that's new.
Right. So very recent, and they only had moved in a month before.
Yeah.
So they were still getting the mail. So okay, they collect the mail, they put it on the stairs, and then a couple times one of them would be open, And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, these guys are just pulling my leg. Yeah, okay, that's fine, whatever. Christmas comes around, they set a table, place for him. And I thought, okay, this is kind of cool. They're actually taking it pretty seriously. I don't think they're pulling my leg anymore, right? So, okay, whatever. They went on vacation for a week. And this is early 90s. So everyone was playing Super Mario Brothers. Right? So I'm upstairs. And all of a sudden I hear the Super Mario sounds. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, they can't be home. They went up north. So I come downstairs thinking something happened. They came home. And as I come down, I hear toom. And the TV, like this is the old TVs, not the smart TV.
Right, the tube ones?
Yeah, the tube ones. And you know how the light just, and it fades, right? As I'm coming down the stairs going, okay, someone just turned the TV off. So I'd look around and thinking, somebody's here. Someone's trying to pull my leg, whatever. And I'm going, nope, nothing. I checked the basement, everything. Okay. Maybe I imagined it, who knows? Go back upstairs. And I hear the telltale doing, 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 like they're playing Super Mario. Like, what is going on? So I sneak downstairs, and I can hear it, and I can see the TV is on. But as soon as I get within like eye line, the TV just shuts off.
Wow.
And it's like, what is going on here? So I'm kind of freaked out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, I go to bed. Nothing else really happened. I just kind of ignore that. I wake up the next day. And I go downstairs and I'm like, oh right, gotta get the mail. And sure enough, there's mail for the guy, right? So I take it and I put it on the stairs. And then I go upstairs to grab the rest of my stuff so I can go to work. And as I'm going up the stairs, there's no one here, but I feel a bump on my shoulder as if somebody walked down the stairs and bumped into me. And I hear, sorry, like just like that, a low, gruff, sorry. I just tail and like, what just happened? Because I'm still young, I'm not quite experienced enough to understand.
Right.
Oh, okay, that's different, right? Because
I feel
I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
And he bumped me.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like even if you were used to it, at the moment it would still be a jarring experience.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So from then, I fully 100% believed.
Yeah.
And I when they came back later on in the week, I told them all about it, and they said, yeah, we've experienced a few things too. Like, I told you it was real. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you know, like in the Indian culture, like couple of things, they believe that after like a recent death, the spirit actually lingers near the house for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Like it's still attached to its earthly body, if you will. Yeah. So it comes around a bit. And then as the rituals are done, it eventually fades. Mm-hmm. So, but like it's almost, so many people that I know have experienced something after a recent passing of somebody.
Yeah.
And then like you said about setting the plates out, mm-hmm. In several cultures in India, there are actually, they will set a plate out with like food on a certain day of the year for the ancestors, and they call it the Pitru. Mm-hmm. And it's a thing. It's every year they will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had actually told my family about that, and my dad did not agree with that. They said, you're just inviting the devil to come in. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's a lot about how people interpret these things. Yeah. I don't necessarily believe that every presence we feel is evil.
No.
But like, if you grew up in the way where people scare you for anything like that, yeah. You will always be afraid.
Yeah, I think that's more fear of the unknown.
Yes.
I don't understand it, so I'm afraid of it.
Right, exactly.
And that's how I perceive my family's religious views. Right? So I don't understand it. Oh, it can't be good.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, there are good and evil spirits. So, case of a bad spirit. So my wife Kim and I, we love doing antiquing and thrift shopping and all that kind of stuff. So we were at an antique store out in St. Jacobs, and we split up because we have separate interests, right? Which, typical. So I go one way and she goes another way. We meet up every once in a while just to check on each other, and she goes, I think there's something really interesting over in that little nook. You should go check out. And she's, okay, she probably found something cool. Like, and I see, oh yeah, war memorabilia and stuff. So I go over. As soon as I walk into that nook, I feel a cold presence, like cold and malevolent. It's just, I don't want to be here. Like my whole arm
Right.
just went like this, right? And like, no, there's something here. I don't like it. So I walk out and go, why did you send me there? She goes, you felt it too? Yes. Yeah. So we both felt this thing. So we found out afterwards that there had been some Nazi memorabilia that had been taken away, but it was still, there were still some other things of that owner in the case. Right. The actual like Nazi symbols and all that have been gone, but there were some war helmets and some other things in there. So the energy was still there.
Right.
Of whoever this bad person was.
Right.
Right.
It's like sometimes I have found cases where it's not actually like the spirit, but like an echo of the actions as
Yeah.
well. You know,
Yeah.
like how bad things were where this thing has been.
Yeah.
And that also like causes a lot of bad mojo. Like it corrupts, you
Yeah.
know, bad actions corrupt somehow.
Yeah. Like this particular one felt like anger and hatred and evil. Like it felt like that.
Right.
Another one where, like you talk about like, just action. We were at Thunder and Castle in Hamilton.
Oh.
And again, we split up because separate interests and stuff. And we both came out and said, oh yeah, because I'd never been. She grew up in Hamilton. She goes, oh, what'd you think of the place? Like, oh yeah, it was pretty cool. Except this one room, like it was cold and dead. Like there was no life in this. It was a dead zone.
Wow.
Like it wasn't evil, it wasn't good. It was just void of all energy. And she goes, was it the second floor on the far right and everything? Yeah, we both felt it. Like don't know
That's
what it
amazing.
is, but it was just a dead zone. Right? It's so weird.
Yeah, and you know, like not everybody feels it though.
No.
Like there are some people that are very receptive of these things, and they will walk into a room and they'll feel like the energy, but then same room, some other person will walk by and will feel nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you want to feel it,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just not coming to you.
Right.
Yeah, I know some people. Like, oh, what? No, I want to see it. I want to experience what you're experiencing, right? And like, I don't know what to tell you.
Right, and I have seen like I in some of the like the ghost hunter encounters that have been filmed in India, and they always find these like spots that are very well known, right, among people as haunted locations, and they'll go and try to see whether it really is,
Yeah.
or is more stories that are propagating, and there will be like 2 or 3 people in the group that like instantly they go in and they're like, this does not feel good, and then the other people are like, I don't know what you're saying,
Yeah.
until like things start moving, EMF readers start giving results. Until then they don't even feel anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why I have this magnet, so to speak, for lack of a better term. It's just like one instance, and this freaked me right out. So we're going for a country drive. We're out in St. Jacobs, Mennonite country, right? So we're turning the corner of a very busy intersection, like from one highway to another. And as I turn, I swear I saw this little Mennonite boy, probably like 8 or 9 years old, little hat, the shirt with the suspenders, like everything. And my van went right through him.
Oh my god.
And I saw him go right beside me. I slammed on the brakes and pulled over because I thought I just hit this kid.
Right.
There was no one there. Kim didn't see anybody. Like nobody saw it. Like I just freaked out. But I saw what I saw. Like it.
That's scary.
But I saw him go right through the van.
Wow.
Right. So I'm thinking that was an echo of a kid who probably got hit by a car.
Right.
Right.
So, same thing, a couple of stories that I have heard. So one is that, like, it's an echo, like it's a signature of the way they died, and they keep repeating it, but it's not the actual spirit.
Yeah.
And then there are actual spirits that are known to be around the roadsides also for various reasons,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So could be either, like,
Yeah.
did you ever see that again?
No. And I go down that intersection every week. It was just that one time.
Wow. That's scary though.
Yeah.
Like, just feeling like, like you just probably ran over a child.
Yeah.
And
And Kim, like, I was shaking. Like I almost said, you have to drive because I swear I just ran over a kid.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah. Kim, like my wife Kim, she likes to look at old gravestones.
Yeah.
And being in Southern Ontario, we don't have a lot of histories. Like 1812, the War of 1812 is probably the oldest gravestones you can find. If you find anything from the 1700s, like you're probably in Quebec.
Yeah.
Right? Just study Canadian history. So the War of 1812, it happened around here a little bit, especially in the Niagara region. So we like to look at that kind of stuff. Well, we were going around and we're just going to look for ghost towns and cemeteries and graveyards. Just country drive, we were off to do. We decided, well, let's stop for a picnic. Between Guelph and Orangeville, there was a really picturesque graveyard that we had passed by many times going up north. So, okay, let's stop there at the side of the road and just have things. So we walked around first. We weren't going to eat in the graveyard. We were going to eat off the side. We're being respectful. We're just walking around and looking at stuff, and we're the only ones there, right? Because it's out in the country, right? And we feel something is here, following us, not being angry or but just watching, like what are you doing vibes, right? And as we walk, like we feel it's getting a little bit closer, and out of the corner of your eye, like you see something, but when you look, it's gone.
Right.
We kind of interpreted that as the caretaker watching over, making sure we weren't going to do anything. Right. Because you hear stories, especially, I had a lot of country farmer friends who would do weird things, especially when you're drinking and stuff and you're partying when you're young, you're foolish, knocking over gravestones and graffiti and vandalism, all that kind of stuff. We are not those people. So we were just looking for old gravestones and stuff, and you know what? We're not going to eat here. Let us move off. And we felt it follow us until we got to the edge, and then it stayed there. It did, like that feeling left.
Right.
So, I mean, some people could say that, it's your own psyche superimposing that, but maybe. But given all my other experiences, I would say, no, this wasn't, manufactured in my own head.
Right.
Because one, we both felt it, and I believe it.
And like that's the thing, both of you felt it. It's unless it's collective paranoia, which happens, but like in severely stressful situations, not like this.
Yeah, we're out for a picnic, not
right. You're not like going to war or something.
Yeah, exactly.
In the warfront, sure.
Yeah.
No, for sure. That's really scary too. I feel like some of these graveyards and all that. So like where I am from, in Calcutta, India, there is a really old graveyard. They no longer bury people there.
Mm-hmm.
They stopped a while ago, but it has the most beautiful gravestones you can find, and those very pretty structures and all that. People have reported incidences from there in the nighttime. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people won't go there after 6 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Because like in Calcutta, like sunset is around 5:36, right? And so after that, a lot of people don't go there. But it's one of the best places to walk through because it's such a beautiful area, and it's extensive. Like there are people from the British era that were in India. There were poets, like Nobel laureates are buried there. It's like amazing. But it gets kind of creepy. The more like it gets darker, I guess it does get creepy.
You can't see everything. There's that unknown feeling and everything, right?
Right.
And it also, when it gets darker, it's less busy, so it's quieter, which means you can pick up more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I always found it fascinating that people always assume ghosts come out at night.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that is not true, and I'll get into that why later. But I think it's just because it's quieter, you can perceive more. There's less, outside noise, for lack of a better term, right? Like if you're in a building that is haunted and it's full of people, you're not going to hear the subtle noises like somebody walking upstairs and a door closing. You're just going to assume someone else opened and closed the door and was walking around, right? But if you're by yourself and you hear that, then it's like, what's going on?
No, for
Right.
certain. Like I've heard experiences of people actually seeing things and hearing things broad daylight.
Yeah.
Like it's none of the
Yeah, actually,
evening or anything.
most of my experiences have been
Have been
daytime.
in daylight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost all of them have been daytime.
Yeah.
Right.
It's-
Actually, every story I've told you so far, outside of the Nintendo one, that was night, but everything else was daytime.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's like I feel like that is one of the major misconceptions.
Yeah.
Like, oh, spirits come out to play at night. I mean, where are they going during the daytime?
Yeah. I mean, if you are, obviously, I don't know anything, but so I'm just gonna guess. My guess would be that if you are repeating your life again,
Yeah.
and you're probably doing the same thing you were doing before,
Right.
right? So if you were busy during the day, you're probably busy during the day,
Right.
right? I mean, who knows? You know what's really going on, but
Yeah. Cool. So, like, yeah, another thing in Indian theology is like, so if a person is, so they believe in fate, right? There is what is written as your fate and what you do as karma. Both act towards the life you will have. But like, there is this one portion that talks about if you were meant to live for 80 years and say something happened and you passed earlier, it says your spirit stays the duration of how long it was supposed to live, hangs around till then,
yeah.
and then moves on to whatever the next realm is.
Okay. That one, Phoebe Watson is the ghost that haunts the place, but she's there all the time during the day.
Yeah.
That's when we experience her, see her, feel her, and there's been reports like since the day that she died, for every single decade we have letters all about that, but they're all daytime encounters, and she is continuing her job as the curator of the gallery.
Oh, that's
She
beautiful.
helps people, she guides people, she points direction sometimes if you really get her to manifest. But yeah, like she is just continuing her job
That's
because she
amazing.
doesn't want to let go. I think the only way that she would ever move on is if the house got destroyed. And let's hope that doesn't happen because it's a
Right.
historical museum.
Oh, it's fantastic. So, like, do you think these kind of experiences has shaped you in any form in like your pursuits that you do?
Oh, for sure. So tying it back to role playing and stuff. So when I'm designing any storylines or whatever, like I'm always thinking of all these things because you want the story to be interesting.
Right.
So, you know, undead are always a fun thing to have in stories and movies and you know, role playing games. But you don't want to just have, you know, skeletons come up like, you know, Army of Darkness or whatever, and then I'm just going to hack and smash and destroy them. You want some of that have a story, or there's a spirit and you need to help them complete a task so they can move on.
Right.
Right? So all these little things, and when I experience something, I take that in and I'm like, okay, how can I make the game more believable?
Right.
I'll just tap into something that I have felt. So now when, like, if we're playing a game and you're playing a character, I will say, your character feels a cold presence.
Right.
And I will describe the things that I have felt
Right.
when I feel that.
Right.
You know, there's a tingle going up in your arm and you don't feel good. It feels bad. You immediately clench, right? And you get your hackles up and you think you're about to be attacked. There's nothing around you.
That's
Right.
fantastic.
So little things like that, or you come into an area and you just feel a full aura of calm and tranquility, and you just all your worries are gone, and you just want to rest. You feel very tired, but in a good way, like just I'm done,
Right.
right? And you incorporate these things, and then researching what other cultures believe in, and taking those stories and then putting them into your own,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. And then it also just keeps my eyes open, right?
100%.
And I think that is also what, you know, draws them to me. Like, oh, he can see us,
Right.
right?
Right. And he's open to the experiences. A lot of people shut him out, even if they can feel it.
Yeah.
they will be like, no, I want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, like I've seen some people who want to feel it, but are scared to feel it at the same time.
Right.
Well, you're closing yourself off. You close everything else off except your eyes. You only want to see with your eyes. If it doesn't move, if it doesn't, if the painting doesn't move across the wall, or then you don't believe it. Like you need scientific, physical proof that it exists. That's not how it works.
Right. Well, it was great talking with you.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of things.
Cool.
And I also learned how you paint, so that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think what I will leave this conversation with is like, there are some experiences that stay with you. Not because whether this was real or not because it's very dramatic, but at the same time, it is real and it's happening. So you know it's happening. And the way you explain it is probably more to do with where you are and how you interpret things rather than the thing itself.
Yes.
So every reality has a few layers, and I feel like the various explanation that we give is dependent on who we ask, where we grew up, and a lot of the traditions and cultures around us.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So that's us. You were here with Ralph, Lara, and myself in between the Ganges and the Great Lakes. This is a conversation lived in the between story, between reality, and between everything else. Well, if you like the conversation, please subscribe. Thank you.